Grill.
You have the round bar.
Right.
They're kind of like that, but
That's
it's
nice.
not quite shaped like that. Where you can serve both sides.
And then it extends out to the outdoor part.
Well, it doesn't extend outside, but then when
it services
outside. So when these walls roll up,
yeah.
indoor outdoor, it becomes a service for that.
Yeah.
Okay, that is all the way. That's removed, so that becomes an elevated counter over there, so you can go up and then have the view of the people, the pedestrians, and traffic, and everything else that's happening on Santa Clara and Market Street. Mm-hmm. And it's also reception. So if you have a larger, the reception that they check in and they either go sit down there, go there, or they get ready for the event, for the main event. Mm-hmm. All these are operable curtain walls. All these right here.
Right, takes two.
You can stop. You can cut them off, or you can open them up, and they get one big giant space. On the end of this is where we would put the kitchen.
How big is this entire first floor, square footage wise?
Ground floor is 13,500 feet.
13,500.
Yeah, another 3,200 square feet on the mezzanine.
Okay.
Which I'll show you.
Is there going to be a fitness club working out here or no? Because I read on a thing.
In fact, I originally found this for a fitness club, and then the more I looked at it, the more it was a better event venue.
Right.
You know,
much better event venue. So it's like sexy, centrally located.
Visibility. It's downtown.
Yeah.
All the big corporations are over.
Right.
Okay, this area here, we're actually going to raise the ceiling on this side. This becomes a big indoor-outdoor atrium.
Okay.
So if we push that wall back, it becomes a glass wall, an operable wall. But then in this area, we actually kind of use that natural light to make it greenscape. So depending on what your event is, if it's going to be corporate, you can meal through here and just enjoy it with the fountains and stuff. It could be a backdrop to a wedding.
Right.
You can do anything you want with this space. Over here would be the kitchen. So it would be an open kitchen. So you can see everything that's going on. Okay. This is already laid out.
This area right here.
And then, so your kitchen, by putting it here, not only do the deliveries come and go, we don't have to worry about setbacks for exhausting, but also it's quick for your service. So you serve from here out that way.
Wow.
Now, the space is actually very funky for everything else. That's why we're stealing this space. It doesn't work for retail. It doesn't work for commercial. It just doesn't fit those things, but it fits great for us. That's why we.
Now it's $1 roughly a square foot.
It ramps up to $1, and then the weighted average cost over 15 years is $1.28 a foot, and that's net of janitorial utilities only. So if you go look at Class A space, typical pass-through CAM charges are about 80 to 90 cents a foot.
Right.
We don't have that. It's just an amazing, amazing lease. And the value in this property is going to be a combination of the value of the business and then the value of the real estate underneath it, because we have stuff if we wanted to. So we can actually get into this thing, theoretically, get into the location, lease it the next day, and make money on it, and not do anything.
Right.
Cool. That's the value, yeah.
Okay, now over here, there's a big giant vault.
That's where we're going to keep all the money that we're making from it, right?
Exactly. So,
I didn't see that last time.
Vault space, it's huge. Vault space is hard to use because they don't have any penetrations for HVAC or anything like that. So we're going to use all this space for storage.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, and when you do events, you've got a lot of storage for chairs, tables, all that kind of stuff. So it's perfect space for that. Plus our wine storage and the things that we want to lock up, we can put it back in here.
And there's a couple $100 on the floor right there.
You know what? By the way, there are some doors. There are some safes that haven't opened yet. I can't get them open. Just maybe.
Maybe you might not have to do any of this stuff. There might be some diamonds, like a bag of diamonds left in there.
I know they're locked up. You can't get in them.
Right.
These existing offices would stay offices, and then upstairs.
That's the mezzanine.
Yeah. So upstairs. The upstairs mezzanine would be.
Is that safe? That's a separate safe right there, right? We just walk by right there.
Huh?
That's a separate safe.
Separate safe to the same room.
To the same room, right?
So that room had two safes to it.
How did you find this lease, Gene?
Mark Ritchie is my broker on this. Mark's a good buddy, and he said, "Hey, this is the best deal in town," and he's right. We looked at a lot of things, but this is the one. So this is the IT room. It stays that way, so it's all the phone systems, and everything for the whole space. And then we've got all these offices, and then there's a big bathroom here in the middle. And we've got different ways we can use this space. Either we lease it on a per-use basis, or get permanent tenants that are affiliated with the event venue. You know, event planners, those kind of people.
Right.
And then,
That they can use on a regular basis, so they have like.
yeah.
And the Chamber of Commerce is right there, so that was
Chamber of Commerce is catty corner to this, directly across the street.
right.
So the lease has been secured. You basically got signed a lease for this place already. You're just ready.
I don't have a lease. I got a letter of intent.
Okay.
And the reason it's not a signed lease yet, because I could have chosen to get the lease before I got the financing,
Right.
and then the clock would start.
Right.
So I made the decision. We agreed with the landlord to say, hey, here's a letter of intent, and if somebody else comes in the space and beats me to it, I'm out. However, this way, I wanted to go raise the money first, so there was absolutely no risk to the deal.
Correct.
So
Exactly.
that's what I want to do, and that's where we're at today.
And you need $2 million to basically
$2
put
million
the thing to get it rolling.
And I'll send you the use of funds and the breakdown, but it's primarily, there's a lot. The reason it's also cheap is that we're doing all the TI work, we're doing all the improvements, we're doing everything.
And the landlord don't have to pay any of that. We just okay. So that's why they're giving it almost like $1 a square
It's owned
foot.
by an old family trust. They've owned it since 1975, and they're not the easiest landlord to deal with, which works in our favor.
Right. That's why other people walked away to can put it together.
Because
or whatever.
most, as you know, most Class A deals, you know, there's a tenant improvement allowance, there's all this other stuff, and
Right.
not here. We do it all, which is fine. I'm a general contractor, I'm a real estate broker, as you know.
Right.
And I've done 20 something health clubs. And I did all the TI work in all my clubs. So
Right. You got the track record, so they basically, when they saw your background and pedigree, they said, "Yeah, go for it." You know.
When I first came to them with the idea it was going to be a satellite club, and I said, after about a month, I said, you know what? I think it's going to be better as a different use.
Right.
And the reality is, there's more competition coming in town as athletic club, but we are booked out solid at the event center.